A Tuscumbia man is in trouble over allegations that he used a nude photo of a woman without her consent and then posted it to his Facebook page. James Hancock was arrested in Franklin County after the victim sought out warrants against him. He is now charged with distributing a private image, which falls under Alabama's revenge porn laws passed back in 2017. Way 31's Breken Terry spoke with a local district attorney's office to find out how big of an issue this is. Breken.
Naja, the local district attorney's office tells me this is a huge deal. Now, in this case, Hancock was only charged with a misdemeanor, but the Lauderdale County District Attorney's Office just behind me here says that they're seeing it more and more in cases of sextortion, which is a felony. Basically, people are getting nude images of others and saying, hey, if you don't, meet up with me or give me money, I'm going to release this photo, and using it to threaten victims.
We have charged more sextortion cases, and we've had that across the board, adults and minors.
Lauderdale County Assistant District Attorney Angie Hamilton said when someone sends a nude photo of themselves to someone they might trust, it can be leaked or intercepted by other parties. So then you end up with victims being extorted by someone they might not even know.
They're showing their images to them saying, you better send me more images or I'm going to expose you. You better send me money or I'm going to expose you. You better meet up with me and we'll go do some stuff or I'm going to expose you. And these children and these young adults, and I've had older adults do the same thing. They're too embarrassed and they don't know who to turn to for help because they're ashamed. And then they get themselves in a worse situation.
Hamilton said if you're under the age of 18 and sending nude photos to someone you trust, those can fall into the hands of pedophiles. So sending or receiving pictures of someone under the age of 18 is child porn.
We've had victims in Lauderdale County who have shown up in the hands of people out of state through child pornography networks and people sharing pictures because pedophiles share images like baseball cards.
Hamilton said it's best to turn to law enforcement because they can work with tech companies to trace the person who posted the photo and have it removed. But some tech companies are easier to work with than others. But Hamilton said her office fights for victims.
When you put something through the internet or through one of those apps, a lot of times when you download those things, you know how kids are, they're just accepting all terms and conditions, they're not reading anything. Those companies are now owning their images and they can do whatever they want with them and they don't have to cooperate with law enforcement. There's some that are very helpful and they do, and there's sometimes that we can get those images taken down.
Now, Hamilton told me prior to the pandemic, she and other officers would actually go into schools and talk with teens and students about the dangers of the internet and sharing images. They would also host parent nights about monthly, but since the pandemic, they've had to stop all of that. But she said if anyone has any questions, they can contact the district attorney's office or contact her directly, as well as the local sheriff's office. She did say one thing, sometimes they would have huge turnouts at these parent nights and other times they wouldn't. And she said parents really need to get on board and know who their children are communicating with. Live in Florence, Breken Terry, Way 31 News.